Hello, this is Astrologer Coach Sonja Francis, and this is a members only full moon video. And we have a powerful full moon coming up on January 21st at 12:16 a.m. East Coast time in the US, which is also New York time, or 5:16 a.m. London time, because this powerful full moon is actually an eclipse and a supermoon. So, since this will again be a longer video because it's an eclipse, please take advantage of the timestamps that I have created for you guys. They're in the description part of the video, and if you just click on the numbers next to each of the subject lines, it will take you straight there to the video, so you can, take it slowly if you need to stop and go, right? Now, let's talk a little bit about the eclipses. Once every 6 months, the sun, the moon, and the earth align precisely enough for a solar or a lunar eclipse to occur. So they're within the same alignment with each other, and that's why they cover each other. Now, eclipses are always powerfully connected to the moon nodes, and the moon nodes represent our soul's journey. So therefore, in astrological terms, an eclipse is always connected to an evolution of our soul's journey, collectively and individually speaking. Now, this full moon is the second of 2 eclipses in January this month. And so I already mentioned, of course, it's a supermoon as well, and that's why it's more powerful than a regular lunar eclipse even. And a supermoon occurs when the moon is, doesn't matter if it's a full moon or a new moon, but the moon is at its closest distance to the earth. And that's when a supermoon occurs. So it's as it travels around the earth, the ecliptic that it has, when it comes really close to the earth and a new moon or a full moon happens at that time, that's what's called a supermoon. Now, that often means an increase in emotional reactivity with a supermoon because we're feeling the lunar energy stronger. There's also an opportunity for greater awareness around the issues connected to this full moon energy. So this full moon takes place in the Leo-Aquarius polarity. Now, before we go into what that means, let me just say that this is also the last eclipse in that polarity, in that particular polarity. And so that's what makes it also a little bit more potent, because it's a completion of an eclipse cycle that started in February of 2017. And so this puts an emphasis for us on freedom and our individual development as human being and also as a species. And while we're also redefining our approach to improve our future and also our need to belong to a pack or tribe or to a group of people, we're also invited to become more aware of our mind's activities, all our mental, our vision, I'll talk a little bit more about that later too. And also our group affiliations out there in the world. And we were being invited to move towards a more courageous, open, and self-expressed heart. So we can really be ourselves fully within whatever group affiliation we belong to, or within the collective, within our society, so that we can actually fully be ourselves. And so we really want to connect our heart more joyfully and playfully to the here and now. So that would be sort of like the Leo-Aquarius balance in a sense, right? So this is something we've kind of been looking into since February of 2017. Now I want you to think back over the last 2 years and just ask yourself, what has shifted for me in my attitudes towards the collective or humanity in general? And how about like-minded people or political affiliations or group affiliations? What has shifted for me in the last 2 years? And was there likewise a shift in my desire for more joy, more authentic self-expression or heartfelt actions, like more sort of like, who am I in the world and how am I expressing myself outside of all the collective stuff that's happening. Now, if another thing you can ask yourself, if I think back to the last solar eclipse in Leo, which was on August 11th, 2018, what brought the possibility for more joy into my life since then? And that's important because that last eclipse that happened is sort of like, that was an invitation for us to really take a look at that joy factor in our lives and kind of like bringing that in more fully. And so one other question you can ask yourself here too is, have I been able to get more in touch with my inner child? And the reason for that is that usually the part of us that can connect to that inner child energy can understand that joy factor and that self-expression, that joyful self-expression that directly comes from the heart and that's very present in the moment. We can understand that better when we're more in touch with our own inner child. And we're talking about the healthy inner child, right? Now, all the questions, of course, from this video are also available via the weekly forecast post about the lunar eclipse. So, feel free to go to the weekly forecasts when I'm posting that. And if you want to use the questions, for journaling or for meditation or for simply just reading through them or seeing them in writing, sometimes that can be helpful as you're going over the questions. Feel free to take advantage of that. That's always available via my weekly forecast post as well. Now, if you're still feeling a disconnect to the Leo energy, this is our chance really to make a more conscious effort to embrace and integrate and explore the lighter and higher vibration of this courageous self-expressed sign. So this full moon is really going to give us that opportunity. But first, as with all full moons, we have to take a look at the shadow side of both of the signs also, because that's an invitation for us to become more conscious there. What are the lower or the denser vibration of Aquarius-Leo, to make it more conscious and for us to move more into the higher, lighter vibrations of both of these signs. So let's take a look at the shadow side of both of these signs involved in this eclipse. So a final note that I want to say about eclipses is that they're consciousness upgrades. I think I've mentioned that before. And 7 to 10 days before and after an eclipse, we're usually in uncharted territory. Anything is possible. And it is wise to expect the unexpected during those eclipse times. So anything brand new, and I'm really saying brand new, that we start during an eclipse season or eclipse time will most likely not pan out the way we thought it would. And often because information is missing or coming to light only after eclipse season is over. So for that reason, try to defer any major brand new projects until after January 30th, when this particular eclipse season ends. But that said, if something is beginning or ending in a way that seems organic, just allow it to be. Just be wary of any urge to push something forward merely to relieve anxiety or impatience. Because with all these shifts and changes and all this intense energy moving through, we're going to, some of us, more so than others, of course, will experience anxiety and impatience, and there will be this sense of like restlessness and this sense of like, I need to move things forward, right? But if you can notice that and just be conscious that this is not the way you want to go. If something's unfolding organically, that's perfect. But if you're feeling this like inner antsiness and this inner sense of like, you need to take action because of that, or I need to push something forward because of that, then just take a deep breath, go into a place of quietness for a moment, meditate for a moment, calm yourself down for a moment before you take any actions. Okay? Now, if you have an ascendant or any personal planets in 0 to 6 degrees of Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, or 26 to 29 degrees of Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, or Libra, this lunar eclipse will affect you more than other people. And we're taking a bit of a larger orb here with eclipses, because eclipses are so powerful that they impact more in our chart, or a larger area in our chart. So you usually go 5 degrees within the eclipse degree. So 5 degrees before and 5 degrees after. And since this eclipse is taking place in almost 1 degree of Leo-Aquarius, we want to look at 5 degrees before and after that. Now look at the house placement in your own natal chart as well. 1 degree of Leo-Aquarius, where does that land in your own birth chart? What areas of life are most affected by this lunar eclipse for you personally? Take a look at these areas and see, where do I need to find that balance? Where do I need to integrate the Aquarian Leo energy in my own chart? Or, if you wish, if you wish to better understand how this might impact you personally, join us live on January 15th. For our next forecasting forum, where we will look directly at our own birth charts to see how the current eclipse will affect each of us for the next 6 months. And if you're not yet a superstar member of my online community, register via my homepage, scroll down to the countdown to the next forum, and just click on register there. And if you're not able to join live, or if the forum has already happened, if you're watching this video after January 15th, then feel free to get the MP4 video presentation of this webinar that will also be available on my website. And if you can't find it on my website via the webinar page, that's where it should be, on the webinar page, just email us at info@astrologercoach.com, and I'll send you a link to the webinar so you can purchase it from there. All right, now again, Star and Superstar members are automatically registered and will receive an email on the day of the webinar to join live, as well as a video presentation of the forum within 24 hours of the live event. So check your emails and see that you're not missing those, so that you can participate or watch that webinar. Okay. Now this is it. Lots to talk about with this lunar eclipse, right? This is it for us today. I hope this was helpful, and feel free to definitely watch this in increments, because I know we talked about a lot of stuff. And yeah, have a fantastic eclipse, and just remember, even though it's a full moon, because it's an eclipse, we're definitely being invited to go within more and to allow ourselves to give ourselves time to process all the energy that's coming through right now, to give ourselves time to make sure we're in touch with our own soul process in regards to our next steps of our own evolution. So give yourself plenty of rest, and give yourself plenty of time to process through all these energies that are coming through right now. Okay, have a fantastic one, and I will be back again in 2 weeks for the next new moon video, and hopefully I'll see most of you at the forecasting forum on January 15th or thereafter. All right, have a good one. Bye bye.